Did something happen? Let's go take a look.
How's it looking, Doc? Is there any hope for him?
Chill, bro. I'm thinking. This dude's Milray, right? What a little champ. Barely made a noise, despite all the pain he must be in. Did he fight in the war?
That's right. We'd never normally send such a young Tepetlosaur into battle, but we couldn't stop him. Developed a real knack for sneaking past us and running off to the front line to fight the Abyss. He's a smart one, that's for sure. Might not be the strongest, but he ran rings around those abyssal monsters. We even awarded him a Warrior's Medal after the war ended. But then he took a turn for the worse a few days ago. He's been having fainting spells ever since.
Poor little guy. Already a battle-worn veteran, yet still so young.
Hey, Kachina, what's going on here?
Traveler, Paimon! Long time no see! So basically, there's this young Tepetlosaur in our tribe called Milray. We're not sure what's wrong with him, but he's been getting weaker and weaker by the day. Aoife's taking a look at him. Nyan, who he grew up with, is here too. We're all really worried about him.
When my daughter got lost in the mountains, it was Milray who helped bring her back.
To think that he made it through the war, but now that peace has finally come.
Steady there, bro. We'll find a way. Ah, you're that Cuckoo-thesaurus from the vet clinic. Huh? What are you on about? So this Aoife you just mentioned, does it actually...
Hey, yo, everyone! Please chill. I think I've got this figured out. For a juvenile Saurian, he showed remarkable courage in the war, but he's too young to be using that much phlogiston. As a result, he developed a rare pathological change. The initial symptoms might not have been obvious, but he's gone untreated for so long that his condition is now very serious.
You mean he originally got sick during the war, but the symptoms only just started to show up now?
That's right. He may have just been acting tough this whole time. Didn't want his friends stressing out over him.
Aoife, there must be something you can do, right? Please help him.
Something this rare? I don't have anything on hand that can treat it. Good news is that I read about a similar case back when I was still studying. The scroll mentioned 2 essential ingredients. First up, an herbaceous perennial known as an ocean zephyr. Though they can grow practically anywhere, they're exceedingly rare. Second, honestly, I couldn't figure it out back then either. The name recorded was Sacred Flame Crystal, but there wasn't much else to go on beyond that.
Sacred Flame? Like the one burning in the stadium?
When Mualani and I took part in the pilgrimage of the Return of the Sacred Flame, we collected loads of contending sparks during the team stage. Apparently, they're sparks from the Sacred Flame itself. They even make you feel all warm and fuzzy while you carry them. Do you think these crystals might be something similar?
From the name, I'd say we're looking for a rarer, purer form of Sacred Flame.
You sure there's even such a thing? We've been in that land for ages now, but we've never come across anything like that.
So it would seem, as it happens.
Huh? For real, Uncle Pakal?
It's a coincidence that I've even heard of it. Apparently, the people of Natland knew how to make a special kind of sacred flame crystal way back when. I'm not sure exactly how they did it, but the other chiefs might know something. I'll go ask them. Thank you, Aoife. Your diagnosis was a huge help. Mind if I keep you a little longer?
Sure thing, dude. I'll stick around until we've got some results.
Great. In that case, let's go our separate ways for now. Milray needs some proper rest. And he's not gonna get that with so many people gathered around. I'll let you all know as soon as there's any news. Fingers crossed, he'll soon be on the mend.
What up, my dudes? Hey, come on, chill. The name's Aoife, a vet from the Flower Feather Clan. This here's my assistant, Kakuku. Dude's all about copying what others say.
We're...
The Traveler and Paimon, yeah? Everyone's heard all about you two. You're absolute legends. The total package. Brave, wise, and strong. Best hero duo I've ever seen. No contest.
Aww, you're making Paimon blush.
Truth is, I spent the war treating wounded Saurians. Never got a chance to fight alongside you. Yo, thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
There was always a long line outside Aoife's clinic back then. Even Kakuku was so busy, he was running around like a headless chicken.
Seriously!
True that. More wounded were piling up by the day. Dude, the Abyss is no joke. Sneaky enough to hit us right where it hurts. Lots of docs have dropped at their posts over the last few years. There's some fresh talent rolling in recently. I'm hoping they could step up quick. But vet med's no joke. There's a ton of challenges to overcome before you could be a qualified vet. No matter how hard you hit the books, you're still gonna run into all kinds of weird diseases that are hard to treat. Like Milray's, so rare it doesn't even have a name. If my old man hadn't forced me to read all kinds of different stuff when I was a kid, I'd probably only be able to suggest a more conservative treatment. It's true what they say, bro. There's always more to learn.
Oh, so your dad was a vet too?
Yeah, totally. Our family's medical knowledge has been passed down over generations. My old man started steering me toward being a vet when I was a kid, schooling me on all kinds of herbs. And man, if I forgot anything, out came the broom. My family's been vets for generations now. No clue who it was that kicked off the tradition, though, you know? Back when I was a kid, my dad said something about our skills being medicine born of guilt. But the reason we got into it doesn't really matter. What matters is that it's useful.
Guilt? Sounds pretty strange to Paimon. Usually you only feel guilty when you've done something wrong.
Who knows? After he passed, there wasn't anybody else I could ask. I figure it's because guilt gnaws at anyone practicing medicine. When you fail to fix someone up, I've been there. So I'm gonna do my best to make sure that doesn't happen this time. I don't recall ever seeing a record of any patient with his malady who was successfully cured. So maybe Milray will be the first. Heck yeah, I do. Oh, looks like the Chiefs are back. Let's go see what they have to say.
The last time I was here, I remember seeing him happily rolling around with Io. This is so sudden.
Well, as the saying goes, illness strikes like a landslide. It's not uncommon for people and Saurians to just collapse overnight. Given that he first fell sick during the war, he's done well to make it this far.
Hey, little guy. Are you okay? Does it hurt?
For one so young to risk life and limb on the field of battle. This too is a responsibility we adults must bear.
Whoa, all 6 tribal chiefs in one place? Not something you see every day.
It's true that we used to hardly ever meet up like this. The affairs of our own tribes were usually enough to keep us all swamped. These days, though, group dinners on our days off have practically become the routine, so don't look too surprised.
Group dinners? More like group mooching. You guys always seem to end up at my place. So shameless.
Well, your cooking is too good to resist. You've seen how hopeless the rest of us are in that regard. Anyway, let's get down to business.
Aoife, we've been informed about the situation. Once again, it's a good thing you were here to help out. Milray and the other Tepetlosaurs have helped transport goods for the Flowerfeather clan in the past. We won't just stand by and watch while he suffers.
I just happened to come across a record of a case like his back home, but I don't know anything about this sacred flame crystal.
I haven't heard of it either. Can the sacred flame even take other forms?
It can, indeed. While I've never seen this happen in the flesh, I have read references to it in woven scrolls. In ancient Natlan, besides the pilgrimage of the return of the sacred flame, there is said to have been another way to produce sacred flame, known as the Bloomflower Trials. It was a combat exercise, held jointly by the 6 tribes, that was even more intense than the pilgrimage. So they occasionally yielded an even purer form of sacred flame.
Sacred flame crystals!
For real? How have I never heard of that?
Simple. The Bloomflower Trials haven't been held for centuries. Something seems to have happened the last time they were held. But it was so long ago that I don't know the specifics. The more reasonable explanation is this: that people once believed these sacred flame crystals to be vessels of extraordinary power, and that warriors could use them to enhance their own strength. In reality, they turned out to be far less miraculous than hoped for. In some rare, very specific circumstances, they proved irreplaceable, but they were not so different from the regular sacred flame in essence. The pilgrimage produced enough sacred flame, making the Bloomflower Trials obsolete, and thus they were forgotten.
I get it. So to save Milray, we have to revive the Bloomflower Trials and get all 6 tribes to take part. Ooh, that sounds rough.
I'd say we'd be better off not treating it like some kind of hassle. All 6 tribes need to take part, sure, but not everyone has to show up. We can keep it voluntary, so warriors who happen to have time can sign up and fight it out of their own accord. Since the war ended, the pilgrimage has become more like a tournament for our warriors to compete in and keep themselves in shape. So why not let them hone their skills on a fresh new stage?
We should never drop our guard completely, even in times of peace. But like that, it seems high time we restarted the Bloomflower Trials.
I'm with you on that. Nothing gets the blood pumping like a contest to see which tribe's the strongest, huh?
No objections on my part.
I'll go discuss this with the others. I'm sure there will be plenty of warriors who'll be itching to take part. I can't speak for everyone else, but I can guarantee that Moalani will be there. There's nothing she loves more than a lively occasion.
And I guess your vote was a foregone conclusion, eh, Pakal? Great. We're all in agreement then.
Nice!
Thanks, everyone. It really means a lot.
Let's head back to our tribes and see how many people are willing to sign up. If interest is high, we'll hold a big event. But if not, we'll keep it small.
Agreed. Rules will be crucial too. A competition without rules is just mindless violence. And that's not what we want.
I'll draw up an outline. Let's meet up at the Speaker's Chamber later. After all, we'll still need the Pyro Archon's final approval.
Oh yeah, and we'll also need some Ocean Zephyrs to cure Milray. Who'll go gather them while we're organizing the trials?
I've got that covered. I just noticed that some of Milray's friends have shown up.
You mean these Saurians? You're right. There's all sorts. Seems like he's quite the popular little fella. Huh.
Kakuku, can you hit them up and ask if they'd be down to lend a claw?
Sure thing, bro. I've got you, bro.
Must be nice having a Saurian companion who can talk.
Well, if that's everything, how about we call it a day?
All right. See you later. Aoife, let's head back. And bring these Saurians along too. We've got to teach them how to identify ocean zephyrs.
See ya, little guy. We'll come visit you again soon.
Whoa! They sure are quick on their feet. Guess they're chiefs for a reason. When they decide on something, it gets done right away. But that's what you're here for, right? Whenever Paimon puts things off, even for just a while, you'll handle them straight away. Oh, wow. No way, bro.
Even Kakuku's done with this conversation.
I'll go spread the word. Kachina, you gonna sign up?
Of course.
In that case, let's head over together. Traveler, Paimon, see you at the speaker's chamber in a bit.
See ya! So far, so good. At this rate, Milray will be better in no time. Oh, you're awake. Wanna try getting a bit more sleep? You think so? Is he feeling hungry then? Hey, Kakuku, can you help us translate? Oh, long gone. Oh no, he does seem pretty anxious. What are you trying to say, little guy?
I've read through your proposal, and it sounds like a great idea. Even if it wasn't for Milray's situation, there'd be many reasons to start holding the Bloomflower trials again. How many warriors have been signing up?
Far more than we anticipated.
Our warriors sure are fired up. The ones who came late even held a protest outside the sign-up booth. So we had to make an exception by adding a few more spots.
So many people have signed up that we've had to divide the competition up into main matches and exhibition matches. Each main match will pit 2 different tribes against one another, while the exhibition matches will see 3 tribes going up against another 3. I'm planning to limit the number of spots for the exhibition matches. Accidents are more likely in tangled melees, so with fewer contestants, we can ensure that any injuries will be attended to promptly.
Well, you've clearly thought this through with care. You have my approval. And don't worry, I'll find a way to fund it.
Thank you, Archon.
Oh, where will the trials be held? I'll stop by later to see how things are going. But I won't be taking part. Wouldn't want to spoil everyone else's fun.
The main venue would be near the Stadium of the Sacred Flame, with additional arenas set up around the various tribes.
All right, I'm all out of questions. Keep at it, everyone, and thanks for your hard work.
In that case, we'll be off. It's time we started organizing crews to set up the venues.
Traveler, Paimon. Good luck.
Huh? Good luck with what exactly?
Hey, it's been a while, you two. Are you here about the Bloomflower trials too?
Yep, we sure are. Sounds like everything's going to plan.
Bloomflower trials. The name alone fills me with nostalgia. I first heard about it from my dad, who first heard about it from his dad, my old grandpa.
Guess that means they were last held at least 500 years ago? Wait a sec. No, it must have been much earlier than that, then. Whoa. When you put it like that, it does feel kind of surreal that we're doing something that hasn't been done in such a long time.
True, but I've got a good feeling about this. We'll pull it off, rest assured. What makes you ask? I've never heard such a rumor before. And rationally speaking, it just doesn't even seem possible. The rules governing the Oda resurrection have protected Natland for many long years, and these rules are themselves fueled by the Sacred Flame's power. We've been working with the Sacred Flame all this time, and we've never noticed anything unusual about it. In essence, Sacred Flame crystals are just another form of the Sacred Flame. I can't imagine how they could possibly beguile human hearts. So please, be at ease. And besides, even if they did harbor some kind of evil power, it will not cause any real trouble in the Natland we now live in. Not if I have anything to say about it. Our main priority right now is to hold the Bloomflower trials so we can collect enough Sacred Flame crystals to heal that little Tapetlosaurus.
It's so reassuring to have you on our side, Moika.
Well, there are some things even I can't handle. For example, it just came to my attention that you've got some people waiting for you outside.
Huh? Who could they be?
You'll find out soon enough. Go on now. Don't keep them waiting.
Finally, you're here! Traveler, Paimon, so basically... hold up, what happened to first come, first served? What I'm saying is I get to go first.
What's going on? Why is everyone turned up all of a sudden?
So, you know about the Bloom Flower trials, right? We were wondering, have you decided which tribe you'll join? If not, how about the people of the Springs?
What? We're allowed to take part too?
Given that the trials haven't been held in so long, we're creating a new set of rules for them, separate from the ones for the pilgrimage.
All of the chiefs have agreed, but whether or not you compete or which tribe you support, well, that's completely up to you.
As the hero who saved Natlan, your participation would be a huge morale boost for whoever you choose to join. In other words, recruiting you is every tribe's top priority right now.
Oh, so that's what's going on! No wonder Chief Akatl wished us good luck just now. He must have known this was coming.
And that's all for the chit-chat. I hope you're ready for some serious incentives. How do you like the sound of luxury hot spring vouchers? I'll even throw in a selection of fine gifts from the shop.
Luxury hot springs? Sounds like Paimon's perfect vacation!
If you join the Scions of the Canopy, we'll hold a great barbecue in your honor. The finest quality meat, all you can eat.
And if you join right away, you'll even stand a chance of being taken on as a sidekick of the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula-How!
Yeah, no one wants that.
Neat, you little...
All-you-can-eat barbecue?
Join up with the Collective of Plenty, and I'll provide a year's worth of training sessions and a personalized nutrition plan to help you become stronger than you already are.
Paimon's not too keen on training, but getting stronger does sound tempting.
All I've got to offer are freshly picked vegetables, but I can guarantee they're really tasty.
Ooh, could Paimon get some samples?
Fancy some flying lessons? Or you could just hitch a ride. I'll take you soaring through the skies myself.
Well, flying's kinda what Paimon does for a living. But flying around with the Traveler sounds like it could be a lot of fun too.
I can bake Saurus crackers and green fruit chips.
Oh, Paimon loves those too! Oh, this is such a tough choice. Not just because the freebies are tempting, but also because picking one tribe feels like we're betraying all the others. You know what? Paimon's decided to leave this one to you. Paimon's pretty sure that isn't an option.
Actually, it's not a bad idea. It could work for the exhibition matches at least. There'd be 3 tribes on one side versus 3 on the other for those. So, first half you're on our side. Second half on theirs. Sounds fair enough, right?
Huh. Hadn't thought of that. Pretty clever.
What? Really? Huh. Then, as for those perks you mentioned earlier...
Don't worry, my offer still stands. Enjoying ourselves is the #1 priority here.
So it's settled then? For the first half of the exhibition match, you'll fight alongside us Scions of the Canopy, People of the Springs, and the Children of Echoes against the other 3 tribes.
Feels just like the old days when we used to fight side by side. We're gonna be unstoppable!
All right, it's nearly time. Let's get ready and head over there together.
Right, so this is our base. According to the rules, all we have to do is capture 3 of their bases in a row, and we win!
The almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula needs only lift a claw, and poof! All that you behold shall be turned to ashes.
Mess up our match, and I'll lock you up till it's all over.
You killjoy!
We're a real dream team. Let's just charge right in.
We know each other pretty well, so working together should be a breeze. Still, let's not get careless. There are a lot of cliffs nearby, so our vision will be obscured. They could ambush us from the high ground too.
In that case, let's follow the water instead. See that flag over there? That's the Collective of Plenty's base, right? We'll approach swiftly on the water, sweep in and capture the base, then move up to the high ground.
I like the way you think.
I trust your judgment too, Mualani.
All right then, time for me and my Sharky surfboard to strut our stuff. I'll take point. Everyone follow me! Carving waves! Here by the water route, just as expected. Classic people of the Springs thinking. Huh? They saw through our plan?
No choice but to face them head on now.
I'm ready.
All right then, time for a real showdown.
You're going down.
Let's ride!
Let's finish this next.
Hey, no flashing! Give this everything you've got!
I got him cornered!
Brace yourself.
Not a bad training session. Let's call it a day.
We won!
At this rate, we'll be invincible!
Don't count your Yumkasaurs yet. Let's head over to the next spot.
Wait a sec! Don't forget to plant our flag before we leave. This is proof of our victory!
See that? Up above the cliffs? That's the Masters of the Night Wind's base.
The nearby mountainsides have all been blocked off by crystal clusters. Looks like they don't want us getting up there so easily.
Don't worry. Leave this to Turbo Twirly.
You've got this, Kachina!
You're finally here, Other Granny. If I'm back home too late, my vegetables will get thirsty.
Don't worry, we'll make this quick for you.
Here comes another.
Locked on! Claim these souls!
Submit your soul in sacrifice!
Is that all you have?
Take a look behind the veil. Take a look behind the veil. Was not in vain.
Chances are looking slim. Oh, perhaps it's time I got going.
All right! We've taken the Masters of the Night Wind's base, too!
Look! Up there in the mountain! The flag of the Flower Feather Clan!
Wow! Looks like they're already on high alert!
Yeah. Not only do they have the high ground, but they're highly mobile too. With our current forces, a frontal assault won't be easy.
Looks like I showed up right on cue, huh?
Yay! You're here too, Shilonen!
Let's save this small talk for when the flag's in the bag.
Now that backup's arrived, let's split up into 2 teams.
I'll lead a frontal assault to draw their fire. The rest of you find another route up and strike directly at the heart of their base.
I can taste our victory already!
Okay.
Hold up! That's where Shilonen's headed! Let's find another way!
Okay, let's stop around here. We can use grappling hooks to climb up to the top.
Well, would you look at that? You managed to find a gap in our defenses somehow. But this is just the beginning. So stay on your feet. If you can.
We're not gonna lose!
Well said. Let's do this.
Let's have ourselves some fun!
Watch out, or you'll get singed.
Oh, glory!
I got him cornered!
Still got plenty of bullets left with your names on them.
I got it! Pull it down a notch.
Alright, how about we call it a day?
Does that mean we've won?
Told you we'd be unstoppable.
Well, that was pretty exhilarating, even as battles go.
Oh, you can say that again. I was still fighting off Cuckoosaur riders halfway up the mountainside when I'd heard you already taken the base. That was well played.
Yeah, the going would have been way tougher if we had fought our way up.
How about the sacred flame crystals? Did anyone manage to get their hands on some?
I found a few shards, but they were only about as big as grain fruit chips. I gave them to the marshals from the Masters of the Nightwind on our way back.
Yes, and they gave them to me.
Granny C. Lolly! Are you here to take part in the Bloomflower trials too?
I devised the techniques for the main matches, so of course I would show up. Those marshals handed the sacred flame crystals over as soon as they saw me. I did a quick tally. At this rate, we should have enough by the event's end.
That's awesome! Well, since everything's gone so smoothly, why don't we hit the hot springs tonight?
Oh, I am all for it. There's nothing like letting our hair down after a hard day's work. Ooh, and good food and drink wouldn't go down badly either.
How about we head over there together? You can all hitch a ride on Turbo Twirly.
Ugh, sorry, but I need to head back to the workshop to finish up some forging commissions first. Let's meet at the People of the Springs later this evening.
I need to help at the shop anyway, so I'll pick up some snacks there. See you all tonight!
I might be a bit late. If you're all there earlier, feel free to start without me.
Great! Paimon, can't wait!
Huh? Sure. In that case, I guess I'll be off too. See you tonight.
Hurry up, guys! You're the last ones left! Come on, I'll take you to get changed. You remember where the changing rooms are, right? I'm pretty sure I showed you last time. Time sure flies. Oh, sorry. Let's save the reminiscing for later. Let's go! Woohoo! Let's get this party started!
This is the life. Hear this, hot spring. I hereby bestow upon you the name of the almighty Dragon Lord. All the fatigue just floats away. If only we could do this every day.
Aren't you gonna join us, Shilonen?
I'm not a huge fan of being in the water. This right here's more my kind of spot.
And last but not least, surf, turf, and perch.
That smells amazing. Oh, hold your horses. There's a time for fun and games, and it's now when there's delicious food already on the table. Oh, wait for Paimon! Take that, Kanich! Bow before my greatness!
Hey, watch it, how! You're splashing water everywhere!
This is so tasty. Traveler, you gotta try it.
Kachina! Tevat to Kachina! I made Saurus crackers. Come have some.
Okay. I'll be right there.
Kanich, you shirtless! Unhand me! Let me go!
Whew. Thanks for sticking around to help me clean up.
No problem at all. We had a blast.
Parties are always extra lively when you guys are here. It was so much fun. No, by the way, I couldn't help feeling that there was something on Kachina's mind during dinner. Oh, it's strange. She usually comes to me for advice when something's bothering her. Maybe this something different? Oh, sorry to do this, but could you try asking her?
Of course! We'll ask the next time we're alone with her. If there was something we could do to help, there's no way we'd stand by.
Oh, thanks. That makes me feel a lot better. Anyway, I'll be heading off now, too. Just remember, you'll always be welcome to come hang out with me at the People of the Springs.
Bye for now. See you soon.
There's a lot that goes into managing an orchard. Watering, weeding, fertilizing the soil, making sure the temperature is right. But most importantly, you have to keep the fruit in a good mood. Strength is one of those things where you gotta use it or lose it. So, wanna train with me sometime? There's a lot that goes into managing an orchard. Watering, weeding, fertilizing the soil, making sure the temperature is right. But most importantly, you have to keep the fruit in a good mood.
Oh, hey. I had some time on my hands, so I decided to bring Io over to check on Milray and Nyan. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine. Huh? What makes you ask?
Well, you seemed a bit down after the exhibition match, so we're kinda worried about you.
Thanks, Traveler and Paimon. I'm okay, really. I mean, it's hard to explain. I've just been feeling a bit lost. Despite losing the pilgrimage so many times, what kept me going was the belief that someday I'd win and earn a spot in the Night Warden Wars. So when I finally did, I was over the moon. I mean, things didn't exactly go as planned, and you and the others had to rescue me from the Night Kingdom. Still, I achieved my dream. But after the happiness wore off, I felt hollow. I didn't know what to aim for next, or what I should work toward. Then the Bloomflower trials came around, and I could fight alongside everyone again. But when the exhibition match ended, I suddenly realized that everyone had real-life responsibilities to return to. Everyone, that is, except for me. And that got me thinking, am I the only one who's still like a kid? The only one who's left with so much free time on their hands? Who's never really grown up?
So that's what's been bothering you, huh?
Huh? You mean everyone feels like this at some point? I thought it was just because I hadn't been working hard enough. Oh, I see. Thank you, Traveler.
Huh. If you think about it, this is a good thing. Not knowing what you want means the future's still full of possibilities, right? When Paimon can't decide what she wants for dinner, she gets to imagine all kinds of delicious dishes. But if someone told her, "You're eating this tonight," kinda spoils the anticipation.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Hey! Stop underestimating Paimon like that, would ya?
Oh, looks like you guys beat me to it. Is the little guy feeling any better?
Granny C. Lolly! Hello!
Hello. I didn't have much going on at the moment, so I thought I'd check in on our patient.
Milray's been in a deep sleep this whole time. It's just as Aoife said. We'll need to gather all the sacred flame crystals before we can help him.
I imagine you're right. By the way, you haven't run into any trouble lately, have you? When we discussed the sacred flame crystals after the exhibition match ended, everyone else looked happy. But you seem to have something on your mind. A baseless rumor, but a fearful-sounding one all the same. Fear stems from the unknown, so the more cryptic the hearsay, the more panic it spreads.
Wait, are the crystals actually dangerous? Then what about Milray?
Mawika was right. Even if trouble does come our way, she'll handle it. Still, there must be a story behind the Bloomflower trials being stopped. It is said that something happened the last time they were held. Since you're concerned, why don't we look into it? I'm sure we'll still be able to find scrolls from back then over at the Masters of the Nightwind.
Can I come along? I'd like to help.
I don't see why not. Come, let's head over to my place. We should leave this little Tapetlosaur to rest. I had someone gather up all the woven scrolls from that era. Maybe we'll find some leads we can follow.
There's that many? Oh, this is gonna take forever.
Come on. Less whining, more reading. If we split them up, we'll finish in no time. Why have you stopped? Did you notice something strange? There will always be tensions. But the intensity has changed. Usually the Pyro Archon tries their best to prevent intertribal disputes from escalating. But not every Archon has done that as well as Mawika. Also, given that our Archons live only as long as mortals, the transitional periods can be fraught with challenges. Far fewer conflicts have ended in bloodshed over the past few centuries. Whenever I read through these scrolls, I too am always struck by the thought of how unimaginable our lives would seem to people back then.
Hey, come check this out. This one seems to mention the Bloomflower trials.
Oh? Let me see. A curious coincidence indeed. It seems like the last Bloomflower trials were also held to save the life of an ailing Saurian.
Huh? Was it the same illness as Milray's?
The scroll doesn't say, but it seems likely. Strange. It's very unusual for such records to be so sparse on details. The scroll only vaguely alludes to two things. Firstly, that the Bloomflower trials were held to save a sick little Saurian. Secondly, that they seemed to have failed. And that the chief of the Flower Feather clan had a major falling out with his younger brother. And later on, his brother left the tribe and lived as a recluse. That's all it says.
But that basically tells us nothing! You know, except that the person who weaved this scroll must have been slacking off on the job.
Sacred flame crystals having the power to beguile human hearts. Is this where that's from? Looks like we'll have to approach this from another angle. I'll go take a look through some even older scrolls. Surely the trials were held more than once.
Seeing as that scroll just now mentioned the Flower Feather clan, I think I could go ask Chief Mutota.
And what's our next move? Any other leads we can follow?
A certain Kukasaur? Who told you that? Oh, Aoife's assistant Kakuku must have told you, right? I heard he sometimes translates for the other Saurians. Alright then. I'll look into those ancient scrolls, Kachina can head over to the Flower Feather clan, and you two can track down that Kukasaur. Let's split up and meet back here later.
Time to roll! Shh. So, everyone got that? They'll never see this coming. We'll catch them totally off guard.
Leave it to us. We'll show them what we're made of.
Mualani, Kinich, what are you doing here?
Oh, Traveler, Paimon, it's you! You nearly scared the life out of me! Just between us, we're discussing our strategy for the next half of the exhibition match. But as for the details, those will have to stay a secret. After all, we'll be competing against you this time.
What about you guys? You seem like you're in a hurry. Has something happened?
We're on the trail of an extremely rare and elusive Kukusaur.
Rare and elusive? In that case, we can help with the search. That description of the location's way too vague. The scenery around here is all pretty much the same. Without anyone to help out, it'll take you forever. What does the Cuckoosaur look like? Nothing more specific than that? Alright, well in that case, let's split up.
I'll check the higher ground and see if anyone over at the Flower Feather clan has any ideas.
I'll follow the river then.
Sounds like it's my time to shine. As Kanich will tell you, I'm a born hunter with the eyes of a hawk.
I haven't got anywhere else to be either. I'll take a stroll nearby and see if I can spot anything.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Don't mention it. Anyway, we'd better get going. Catch you in a bit. Hurry up, Brassa! Anything on your end, Kenichi?
Nope.
Me neither. Kukasaurs all look so similar. They all look light and floaty to me. I mean, what could possibly be lighter and floatier than a pair of wings?
I didn't find anything either. How about you guys?
Sorry, Traveler and Paimon. We couldn't find that Kukasaur you're after. Are you in a hurry to find him? If you need a hand, I can come back and join the search again tomorrow. Okay, well, if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out. That's what friends are for, after all.
I've told my friends over at the Flower Feather Clan to keep an eye out. If they see anything, they'll let you know. So, what's your next move? Alright, I'll update them.
Come to think of it, Auroron could probably rig up a few traps and snag him that way.
It's not like Auroran's traps can catch just anything, you know.
You never know. Might as well ask him if you get the chance. Anyway, we'll be heading back now. Best of luck!
Okay then, see you later! And thanks for your help!
Let me think.
Kachina, Seedlolly, what's up?
We haven't managed to find anything. No one seems to know what actually happened back then.
Any luck with your mysterious Kukasaur? In that case, I'd suggest we set this aside for now. It would be great if we could get to the bottom of this, but not every historical mystery can be unraveled. We must also learn to live with the unknown. Just remember, as long as we stick together, no challenge will ever be too great.
Yeah, I'm sure everything will work out. Still, after all this investigating, it feels a bit disappointing to come up empty-handed.
Whew, finally, dudes. Found you.
Aoife, what brings you here?
Kenichi mentioned you were on the lookout for a Kukasaur. Just so happens a strange Kukasaur has been following me the past few days. No clue why, but this dude's been on my tail ever since I got back from the Children of Echoes. Not gonna lie to you, bro, it's kinda freaky. His footsteps are totally silent, and after dark, all you can see is his silhouette. So I didn't even realize he was there until Kakuku suddenly flipped out last night when he went for a drink. His squawking woke me up, and that's when I finally spotted a shadowy shape outside the window.
That sounds terrifying!
I could tell it was a little Kukasaur from the shape. After observing him more closely, I figured out that he'd been following me the whole time, but that he'd just been too quiet to notice. Not sure if that's the dude you're looking for, but if so, you're more than welcome to get him off my back. The sooner the better.
Wait a second. Does that mean...
Yep, dude's probably hiding right behind that tree.
Do you think we should send someone over to take a look?
It's okay, I've got this. What the... How is that even... Guys, get over here, quick! There's nothing scary about this. It's just...
Wait, surely that's not...
Wait, shouldn't he have returned to the ley lines? Haven't they been fixed?
There are many possible reasons, but right now it seems that our priority is...
So why have you been tailing me, bro? If it's treatment you want, can't do much for you, man. Sorry.
He ran off.
Do you think he wants us to follow him? Oh, if only we had a Kukuthosaurus on hand.
Hey, that's a good point. Where is Kakuku today?
He was so spooked last night that he rattled through every single word he's ever learned and then fainted. He was still out cold when I left.
All right, enough chit-chat. Let's just follow him. It looks like he wants to take us somewhere.
Looks like he's finally stopped.
Why have you brought us here?
So, is there something buried here, or what? You want us to dig it up?
These are...
Woven scrolls, yes. Albeit very crudely made, and heavily time-worn as a result. Still, they're just about legible. They seem to document the very last Bloomflower trials that took place centuries ago? But why would these be here? Come, let's read them together. These might just contain the answers we've been searching for this whole time.
So, have you figured out a way to save him?
Indeed, I have. As far as I can tell, we need ocean zephyrs and sacred flame crystals. That's about it.
That's great news. Don't worry, little guy. You'll be better in no time.
Well, it's not every day that the chief himself drops by to check in on your Saurian buddy. Not so busy these days, huh?
You know I'd come even if I was. You're my brother, man. I heard you've been beside yourself since Antu fell ill, so I was worried about you.
I mean, Antu means the world to me. I promised to stay by his side until the day he's fully grown, ready to spread his wings and soar freely through the skies. I mean, with him around, I've never felt lonely traveling through Natlan. Sometimes he's happy, and other times he's sad. Sometimes he has tantrums, but then he'll curl up beside me when I'm down. And right now, he needs me more than ever. I'll draw upon everything I've ever learned to help him get through this.
I salute your courage and wisdom, brother. But these sacred flame crystals you mentioned, are you sure they'll do the job?
Well, I've studied the essence of the sacred flame and read various related scrolls. Sacred flame crystals are born from intertribal conflict. Back when the tribes were somewhat united, they would occasionally hold bloomflower trials in order to obtain them.
Seems like I've still got lots to learn, despite being chief. So, how can we use them? Is it really worth holding a whole competition just to get our hands on some?
Research on sacred flame crystals has been patchy to say the least, so there's never been a definitive conclusion. What we know for sure is that they can be used to treat certain chronic phlogiston-related illnesses. Others also say that they can be used to enhance a warrior's strength. There's something.
Enhance a warrior's strength?
It's speculative at best. We need to analyze an actual specimen to know for sure. As far as I'm concerned, as long as they can be used to cure Antu's illness, that's enough. Nothing else matters.
So you asked the chiefs of all the tribes to send people to take part in a scaled-down version of the Bloomflower trials? Remarkable that they agreed, given it wasn't so long ago that we were at each other's throats. Tensions are running high right now. If I were you, I wouldn't have had the courage to even ask.
I know, but I had no other choice. Fortunately, I've treated patients from every tribe, so the chiefs agreed as a way of returning the favor. With all this ongoing strife, it's been a long time since we've worked together on anything. This might be a good chance for reconciliation. Fighting side by side for a common cause, that's the way Natlan was always meant to be.
Let's hope so. By the way, what's with all this baggage? Heading out on a long journey or something?
I'm heading out to search for ocean zephyrs. In the meantime, I'll leave the trials in your capable hands. Just please make sure it all goes smoothly.
Come on, that goes without saying. Rest assured, I'm your brother after all.
Thank you. And Antu, be good while I'm gone, okay? Once I return with the ingredients, you'll be back on your feet and running around in no time.
Himara! How could you stoop so low, ambushing us on the field like that?
Ambushing? You've no one but yourselves to blame for underestimating us. So what's all this fuss about?
Even if that was remotely true, your guys went way over the line. 7 of our warriors were so badly injured that they're still out cold as we speak. The Flower Feather clan must compensate us for our losses. Hand over the sacred flame crystals.
And what, we'll hand them over after all that? Just because you waggled some fingers and said some angry words?
Didn't you claim that we're holding these trials to save a sick Saurian? Take what's necessary for the treatment, then return us the rest.
Say something, Amara. We're not leaving until you give us some answers.
If the other elders were here, they wouldn't waste their time on such puerile questions. If anything, I just wish we'd managed to collect more crystals. There are always people who think they're so clever. So many contestants were just pocketing the ones they got in the trials. I'll bet your chiefs all have sweet little personal stashes too, huh? Everyone was in a frenzy, snatching the crystals up wherever and whenever they could. We're hardly the only winners. I wouldn't even call us the biggest ones.
You what?
I get it now. Snatching the spoils while using the Bloomflower trials to weaken the other tribes. You planned this all along! Ugh, that Nampol! Can't believe I trusted him!
The children of Echoes will not forget this! Let's go!
Brother, where's Antu?
Oh, you're back. Come, sit down. I'll explain everything.
Look, no need for that. I only came back to ask. Are the rumors true?
Rumors? What rumors?
That the Bloomflower trials spiraled into an all-out bloodbath, sparking a heated dispute among the chiefs. And that no one was bothered in the slightest about Antu. By the time anyone noticed, he was already gone. How could you lie to me, Amara? You promised you'd make sure the Bloomflower trials went smoothly. Why would you resort to such underhanded tactics?
You think I had a choice? As soon as one person broke the rules, the whole thing became a free-for-all. Playing by the rules gets you nowhere in this world. If I hadn't taken things into my own hands, another tribe would have just swooped in and seized the winnings for themselves. These sacred flame crystals, they have limitless potential. I, for one, wouldn't miss a chance to strengthen our tribe.
I won't debate ethics with you. Where are the sacred flame crystals? Give me some. I'm going to search for Antu.
I've put them all into our research.
You did what?
I did set some aside for Antu in the beginning, but he ran off, didn't he? So there was no longer any need. He's your companion, yes, but the life of a single Saurian is nothing compared to the future of our tribe.
Hear, hear. You've certainly proven yourself a worthy chief, Imara. Your name will no doubt be etched into the hearts of the Flower Feather clan for generations to come. Just remember this. No excuses can hide the harm your greed has inflicted. All the hope and trust that little guy placed in you, placed in me, you'll never know what that feels like.
Wait, Nampol! Where are you going?
Antu! Antu! Antu, it's me! Please, answer me! Antu, are you okay? Oh, look at you out here all on your own. I'm so sorry, Antu. This is all my fault. I'll think of another way. After that, I left the Flower Feather clan and lived here on this hill with Antu. He was running out of time. I took him from tribe to tribe, begging them to spare some sacred flame crystals, our last hope. But no one believed me anymore. I begged them again and again, enduring sneers, insults, even beatings. Until finally, Antu's time came. In those last few days, he seemed consumed by an overwhelming sorrow. And then I realized it wasn't just the sickness weighing him down, no. Remorse filled his gaze. I remember once, over at the Children of Echoes, someone approached us with a sacred flame crystal, flaunting it before quickly putting it away.
Ah, this is what you're after, is it? Dream on. Go beg your brother for some. How many did he snatch up for himself? He's the one who put you up to this whole I'm a victim charade, wasn't he? I don't buy it. What are you? You little vulture!
For some reason, Antu harbored a deep and intense hatred for the sacred flame crystals. Whenever he saw one, he would muster up every last ounce of his dwindling strength in trying to destroy it. It wasn't until years after Antu's death that I finally guessed at the truth. He must have witnessed people fighting over the crystals without comprehending why. Unable to fathom how those once cheerful humans had turned from best of friends to worst of enemies, he concluded that they must have been corrupted by the sacred flame crystals themselves. In Antu's eyes, the only reason they'd started collecting sacred flame crystals in the first place had been to save his life. If I hadn't been there, none of this would have ever happened. He carried this guilt with him until the very end. I too shall be bound by guilt for the rest of my days. If only I had taken part in the trials myself. If only I'd seen the greed in Amara's eyes, or even came back just a little bit sooner. But the past cannot be undone. I have immersed myself in the study of medicine and spent my life healing all kinds of Saurians. I buried Antu here on this hill, where I too one day shall rest. Before my own time comes, I have recorded all of this on these crudely woven scrolls in the belief that the truth should not lie buried. May those who come long after us learn from our errors, lest they repeat them. May the Natlan of their day be united as one, free once and for all from bloodshed and strife.
Medicine born of guilt.
So the non-pole from the scrolls was Aoife's ancestor? And that little Cuckoosaur spirit was once his Saurian companion?
Seems so. That's why he's been following you around, Aoife. Even though he doesn't like appearing in front of anyone else, he senses something familiar in you. No wonder there weren't any records of the last Bloomflower trials. If anything corrupts the human heart, it's greed. And who'd want to immortalize the memory of a scandal by which all 6 tribes were tainted? The bitter irony is that the sacred flame crystals turned out to be nowhere near as miraculous as they believed. All that scheming, after what proved to be nothing more than a hollow fantasy.
Hey! Where's that little Cuckoosaur going?
Look! Over there! Do you think he's sad? Or maybe he's lost in his memories?
Thanks. I might need a breather over here. I regret lingering for centuries, unfolding like this before my eyes. Can't believe I'm just now hearing my ancestor's story. Now I know why we became vets too. I gotta think this through. What should I do? What can I even do?